WWE 2K17, as I still call it, SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah.
But
we have to play SmackDown.
We have to play SmackDown. Kind of an inside joke. We showed up pretty inebriated at like 4 a.m. to a friend's house who had the newest SmackDown game.
We didn't have.
So they unannounced. I mean, again, 4 a.m, beating on the door because they didn't have any ring or anything, and they weren't picking up their phone. We just had to play SmackDown.
Pushed him out of the way of his own house.
Yeah, he opens the door. He's like, "What do you want?" And Tommy says, "We have to play SmackDown," and like knocks him on the ground.
Oh,
and we just go in there, and I don't know. Did we actually play SmackDown? Do you even remember?
No, he kicked us out.
Okay,
I think, for sure, I would have kicked us out.
Okay, yeah, I would have kicked us out. So, anyways. SmackDown vs. Raw, a.k.a. WWE 2K17. The first trailer we got showed us that Goldberg was in the game, which to me, whoop-de-freaking-do. I don't care about Goldberg because I didn't really ever care about WCW.
Yeah, he seemed like if Stone Cold was even more of a hick, you know? Like, people make that comparison all the time, like Stone Cold versus Goldberg. They always want to see it.
Because they look...
They're both bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like, I think Stone Cold, he's a hick, you know, he's a redneck.
Well, to me, Stone Cold's always been a more likable guy.
Yeah. But he's more likable because of basically how they booked him and stuff. And I mean, personally, too, we've seen more of him than Goldberg.
Yeah.
But I'm talking back when you didn't know anything about him except the wrestling personalities. You see, like, you know, Stone Cold was the bionic redneck. He was a redneck. He came out and he messed with his boss, you know, and did all that kind of stuff. Drank beers. But he was always well-spoken. And, I mean, not well-spoken, you know, like...
Yeah.
He wasn't proper, but he could speak.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, you have Goldberg, who was like, oh, kick your ass.
Yeah. And that's about all you heard from him.
And, like, so that comparison... doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it doesn't fly.
But I'm with you with not caring about Goldberg.
Well, something that always bothered me when I was in like 2nd or 3rd grade or whatever, I don't know what age exactly, but pretty darn close to there. The comparison would always be made to the two, and I was a WWE or WWF at the time person, and I always said what. My winning part of the argument, even though they would always say, well, he'd beat him up, which it's hard to argue that Goldberg wouldn't beat Stone Cold up in a fist fight, you know, in a barroom brawl. But the way I always justified it is, you know those cops that always walked Goldberg in? It kind of made him look like a pansy because those same police were the people that had to drag Stone Cold out. So... That's kind of a little thing to preface this. So I didn't really care for him being on that, and I kind of figured that they'd put him on the cover, and I was like, well, that's just another reason I'm not going to buy the game.
I thought it was going to be just like Sting, you know.
Yeah, okay. Because Sting wasn't actually on the cover.
No.
Just...
But it was just like, okay, here's the new guy, or not the new guy, but the guy everyone wants to be in the game, and he's in the game now.
Yeah.
So, Merry Christmas. So, that makes me wonder if he's going to come back and
because
wrestle.
It's happened a couple times now. I don't care. And that's the same answer I gave when people were talking about Sting.
Yeah, I get it.
It would be cool.
The only reason I cared about Sting coming back was they put him in the title picture.
Yeah, with Rollins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't think
and that
was
way
right.
too. I didn't like that. I hated... Even we're talking about this now. I hated that Sting got the credit for the Survivor Series win.
Yeah.
When it was Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Who stayed in there and bested like 4 guys. Yeah. You know what I mean?
3-on-1.
Yeah. And so every time you heard the package, oh, Sting beat the Authority. No, Dolph Ziggler beat the Authority. Yeah. Sting walked in and made an entrance. That was cool, but whatever. So Brock Lesnar is going to be on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
I am okay with this. I think it's okay to do this legend thing. Although, again, getting back to me loving the Shield, I'd rather have the Shield on the cover. I think that'd be freaking sweet. That's a sell for me, no matter what.
Have every guy, each guy,
Well, all three
of them.
Not variants, just all three of the guys on the cover. That'd be really freaking sweet. But Brock's going to be on the cover, and I think it's cool because Brock is, aside from Cena, probably the biggest asset right now. You shake your head, you kind of look like you're like, I don't know, but...
Yeah, I think I would agree. For a part-time guy, he's a big draw.
Yeah. They've protected him a lot. When was the last time he was pinned on his back? Fair and square. Fair and square pinned. Was it Cena?
I think
was it Triple H?
I think Eddie Guerrero was alive still.
I think that's a little too far back. That was a long time ago. But I want to say it was WrestleMania with Triple H. Does that sound right?
I don't even know. He hasn't been pinned. He hasn't been.
Undertaker didn't pin him, did he, in that thing? Because he knocked him out with the FU, flipped him off.
I don't know. I could not tell you. It was back when he was full-time, wasn't it? Back when he was wrestling full-time.
No, because Cena beat him like 3 or 4 years ago at like SummerSlam or something, where they had a brawl and he FU'd him onto the steel steps, and he pinned him on the steps, which is a BS in my opinion. But, and also Triple H and him had that big long feud where he like went in and destroyed his office. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was like a Hardee's commercial.
Oh yeah. They did turn it into a Hardee's commercial. But he's like, "Where's my sandwich? I want my sandwich now." No, but that led into a WrestleMania match, and Triple H won that. But I think Brock's the best choice because he's drawing a lot. He's very protected in the WWE, and now we have this news with the UFC.
Yeah, it's a very smart business move on WWE's part to put him on the cover, because you're going to have demographics. You're going to reach another demographic
of people that are like
people that love UFC.
Oh God, Brock Lesnar's coming back. I'm going to get this game so I can like play as Brock now.
Yeah.
Not that you couldn't before, but hey, Brock Lesnar's on the cover.
Yeah. His name's out there. I mean, it's smart.
Something I read
People who don't know anything about wrestling or UFC are talking that Brock Lesnar is
on this cover.
Is on the cover and going to be going back to UFC.
Yep.
So that's a big deal.
I fully expect, even though, before we talked about this, we had said, Dana White's going to feed him somebody.
Yeah, going to just feed him someone to kill.
They didn't feed him somebody. They gave him a true opponent. They gave him somebody who's known for knocking people the hell out.
Yeah, Mark Hunt is a definitely viable opponent for him.
Yep. So I've thought about it. I've thought about actually buying the pay-per-view. And I don't ever buy UFC pay-per-views. But the fact that it's in my head to buy it tells you Brock Lesnar was a good idea for this.
Definitely a good idea for both companies.
That's what I was going to say is Stephanie McMahon. I read a dirt sheet thing, I think this morning or last night. Stephanie McMahon said that the WWE is not going to promote it. To which Brock says, I think, don't quote exactly, but I think he said something along the lines of, I don't give a shit.
That sounds like something
sounds like
quoted from Brock Lesnar.
He said, he doesn't care because, yes, the fans got him to where he is, but what he cares about right now is living his life. And what he wants to do with his life is be an athlete, a competitor. And this is his way of, instead of just getting, oh Brock, let me massage your ego and make you destroy someone else that we've been building up. This is a way of him going into a ring where the match is not predetermined and proving that he's still the beast that he says he is. If he gets a concussion, he's out of SummerSlam. A lot of people have been talking about
that's
this.
That's a big risk for WWE. He has to clear a physical before he comes back to wrestle at SummerSlam.
If he worst case scenario. Let's say he does get his clock rung, and if that's even a saying, do you think he just makes it up at the next pay-per-view, or what do you think they do with him?
I don't know. It's hard to say that they're not going to do anything with him again after that because he's, like you said, one of the biggest draws WWE has.
Because even if he gets beat, I mean, he's still...
Yeah, even if
he still comes back. If he gets beat, he comes back more pissed and destroys more people in the WWE.
If they even talk about it in WWE.
Oh, yeah. Because
they have not mentioned the fact that he's going to be competing in UFC.
Because, like I said, with Brock's reaction, Stephanie said, "We're not."
So he doesn't have anything to lose. I don't think Brock Lesnar has anything to lose in this. If he gets hurt,
he just has a lot of money to gain.
Yes, yes. If he gets hurt in the UFC, WWE's not going to say, "Well, you got hurt. Sorry, buddy, for your bad luck." They're going to call him back. Mm-hmm. And UFC's going to pay him, for this fight. So, yeah, it's a win-win for Brock, as far as I'm concerned.
Is that something you'd want to watch if I did buy the pay-per-view?
I would watch it for sure.
You'd want to see it?
I don't know if I want you to spend your money on a UFC.
Yeah, I know, but it's not. It's 300. It's UFC 300, right? 200, 300? 300. We'll go off onto a little thing since we're talking about UFC now. We usually don't talk about it, but I mean, I'd be open to talking about it more if we really actually did get into it. CM Punk, I know we both don't care.
I would much rather watch CM Punk's match, actually.
To see him win or to see him get his ass kicked?
Hopefully he just gets destroyed. Yeah. I mean, I don't care for that man at all.
And the funniest thing about it is we're not the only ones saying that. We're not the only ones saying, I hope he gets beat up. I hope he gets hurt.
I don't hope anyone to get hurt.
No. I mean, I hope he gets a physical beating and saying...
I hope he gets embarrassed.
Right. Hurt. That's the best way of putting it. Because the dude... What made him famous, I mean, he did build himself up from the bottom. But the thing that made him famous, the WWE, he's really crapped on his friends and he's really crapped on his fans.
It was the fans that made him what he was. Because WWE wasn't going to give him a push at all. Mm-hmm. It was the fans.
I'm one CM Punk fan that when he dropped out for the first month or so, I was one of the keyboard warriors saying, don't... Leave Brittany alone. Leave her alone. And
leave Phil alone.
Yeah, leave Phil. Leave him alone. Leave the Punk alone. Over time, he's really lost me as a fan, and I like Tom said, I do hope he gets embarrassed. It's not something I can do. So I mean, he does have balls to say, I want to go step into a UFC ring. I wouldn't do it. I don't want to. I don't have any reason to fight. I'm just not that angry of a person to want to go fight somebody in a ring. But
and plus, at our weight class, would he fight guys like Brock Lesnar? So.
Yeah.